Hey guys, let's talk Married at First Sight, Season 20, Episode 9. I have a lot of notes on this episode, so I'm going to go through them kind of quick. So, starting with the couples as they appeared, we have Mecca and Beljolie. She went to work with Mecca to, kind of get a feel for the family business, which I really liked. I really liked her going and being willing to go. She's open to that because I wouldn't have went to clean the porta potties. I'm just saying that's just not this girl. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So, they also admitted that they did have sex when they were doing their homework the other night. Um, and then the question was posed, does Mecca have serious feelings for Belle? And he says he's afraid and he won't say yes. And if he can't say yes to that, I just wish he didn't sleep with her because it can muddy things. And we've seen this happen before on Married at First Sight. So I wish he hadn't have slept with her if he couldn't admit to having feelings for her or serious feelings for her. They went to see his grandmother, and the grandmother is welcoming towards Belle, but he's so fearful. It's like written all over him. And I just wish that you wouldn't come on a show where you're getting married when you have all of these unresolved issues. Um, Paul feels that Mecca hasn't chosen Belle, and he hasn't. He says that he does do a bit of self sabotage. Belle is upset with hearing from like Michelle and everything, saying that they felt that the things that Mecca was saying at the dinner the other night were inauthentic and performative. And she says she's in it with Mecca. And when they went around the group and asked if today was decision day, both Mecca and Belle said that they were undecided. Marissa and Adam, they talked about him. He does go to therapy, which he needs to continue. But he said the last time that he went to therapy, he broke up with his three girlfriends. She said he said that he is going to be open and honest in the group therapy session that they all went to. Paul went in on Adam and called him out for all his, flamboyant and loud behavior because he's trying to distract and deflect. Um, and Paul finds him to be playing and not taking this seriously, and they basically call him a deflector. He's Paul also stated that him and Marissa don't have a strong relationship, and he didn't even know that the deaths of her issues with her father, or that her father had mental health issues. However, they said if today was decision day, they would both say yes. Then we have Nikki and Sean. They stated that they have a lot in common and that they were doing a lot better since their meeting with the experts. She said that she could see herself growing in physical attraction with Sean, and she took accountability for the sharpness that she does have in her conversation with Sean at times. Um, they both decided that if today was decision day, they would be undecided. Nikki said that in order for her to be yes on decision day, that she would need more consistency and for that physical attraction to develop between her and Sean. Then we have Felipe and Tori. They discussed his obsession with passion and how basically wanting passion all the time is kind of unrealistic. It is very unrealistic. They acknowledge that they are both avoidant, and he admitted that he's afraid of getting bored. And then Tori stated that she did panic after sex, and she they encouraged her to have, opened up and spoke with Felipe about that. But they said if today was decision day, it would be a yes for the both of them. So then we have Courtney and Nick. She said that she needs time feeling safe with Nick. It's not that she feels unsafe, but she doesn't feel completely safe enough to open up the way that is needed in a marriage. She stated that she hasn't had good experiences surrounding sex, and I want to dig deeper into that, but I understand that the forum that they were in a group session, wasn't the forum for that. But I would like to dig in because I need to know more about what her experiences were. Dr. Lisa says she doesn't know much about Nick. Nick is not open at all. Here is your mental health tip. And the experts were asking for something real from Nick, and they were urging him to try and stop trying to self edit because he has had so much experience with being on reality shows that self editing is something that he is very good and he does readily. Michelle and Nick actually share friends, which was interesting. I put that they both need to try harder, and they stated that if today was decision day, they would both be um, both undecided. And she said she needs more openness and more realness from him, which is true because I can understand. I think that Courtney needs help, but Nick does too because he is not open. He talks and he jokes and he plays, but he doesn't go like he doesn't. He's not opening up either. Then we have Michelle and Cam. They discuss, how they had that difficult conversation about salary. And they stated that they have had sex. And they stated that if today was decision day, that they would both say yes. And I put that they're the most boring couple because I often find myself lacking in notes when it comes to them. And yeah, something about them. They said yes, but I don't know if they would actually, because they have this thing where they have distance between him because doesn't he doesn't reside there. I think he lives in like Portland, and so he has to leave often for work and everything. And I don't know that Michelle would actually be willing to move. And then last, we have Devin and Caitlin. Excuse me. They were talking about, why does it seem like Devin's light has been dimmed? And they asked Caitlin if she felt like his light had been dimmed. And she said she does. But basically, she says she's comfortable with where they are, even though it's diminishing him and not allowing him to be fully who he is, which I said is it could be an issue. It's going to be an issue because he's going to need more and she's not really willing or able. And I'm not saying it's either one of them is wrong, but if neither one of them can give the other what they need, then it's not going to work. He said he wants to challenge himself by staying in it and kind of working through it, and I see that he's doing so, but I don't know how much more Caitlin can give. And I said, I don't know if she's willing to challenge herself because I feel like in a situation where these two partners, they need different things, I think that they both need to sacrifice in order to give their partner what they need. And I don't know that Caitlin is willing to do that sacrifice. And they stated that if today was decision day, and they had to make their decision, they would be both undecided. But yeah, that was Married at First Sight, season 20, episode 9. We'll be back next week with it to see where we are. Actually, from the preview, next week looks pretty packed. But yeah,